Women in the military and combat have been looked down upon for many years. Physical and mental ability should be the key to being successful, and inequality should be pushed aside. My topic today is women in the military and the history of women in the military and how they were treated. According to an article I read by CNN, about 203,000 women are active duty today, which is only 14% of the 1.4 billion people out of men and women that are in the U.S. military that are active duty. Women play a key role in the military. Women have senses that men don't have and vice versa. They rely on each other for every single job. Some jobs women can't do because there's a ban on combat and they can't go in the field and play to the same standards that men do. According to this article that I read by CNN, 69 out of the 976 generals and admins are women. That's only 7%. That's too low. It's very hard for these women to get in these high ranks just because of job restrictions, because of segregation, discrimination. It's really hard for them. And living next to a military base my whole life, I've heard things that people say about the women in the military, and a lot of them are positive, but there are some negative things. Some of the men do think that women should be treated better and given more opportunities. In 1948, they passed the Women's Armed Service and Integration Act, which allows the women to be permanently in the military without getting kicked out for any reason that's an honorable discharge, and they're allowed veteran benefits. Before the Women's Act, they tried to do everything between disguising themselves as men to try to get in to the military just so they could have the same opportunities and help the country. All these attempts that were made were failed attempts. And there was one woman that did have an honorable discharge, and she did receive veteran benefits, and that was right before the act was taken in place. So these women were nurses, support staff, and they stayed at home and became pilots. But they wanted to do more, so they finally let women into academic academies such as West Point by 1978, which allowed women the opportunity to train harder, not only mentally but physically. Women at this academy and other academies were discriminated against. In 2003, there was 43 cases reported out of the 579 females at the Air Force Academy reported sexual assault. That's 43. That's really high. And it should be 0. Women are being subjected to behind the lines jobs such as being behind a desk and non-combat where they should be. On the other hand, women have made great strides, and more women are furthering their careers, being more successful, and beating inequality and discrimination odds. Women are gaining more respect in the military as they continue to succeed. In 2013, the Secretary of Defense lifted the ban on combat, which allowed the women to go to Iraq and all these other countries while they're deployed and fight with the men, which is a really great opportunity for these women to further their careers, higher their ranks, and so on. In 2015, I believe it was, 2 women graduated from the prestigious academy of the Ranger Academy School, and this paved the way to open all combat jobs for women. This was really, really big in women in the military, and it just, right now, women are being more successful, they're getting higher ranks and so on. So I think that really helped. But that is what I have for the women's history of women's in the military.